Click it, click it, click it.
Go live, Insta.
Go live
Oh,
Insta.
this little cocksucker motherfucker two-ball bitch. No, listen.
It's
Like
not
I
letting me go
am
live.
I'm not allowed to go live on my normal profile right now.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, we live, we lit,
We're
we're
we're live
beautiful.
and we're lit.
Well, now
Hello.
that you mentioned it, we're actually just live, but we're not. We're no longer lit. We're going to be conservative because Foxy said that like a woman from Eastern Washington.
Well, I
So,
am one. I
what's
am.
up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of Beat Baux. It's your favorite weekly live stream podcast on new music and mental health. My name is Chillin' Dylan, and I am Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson. Your favorite rapper owes me money, and I'm joined by the reason why your husband was fired for misusing the company credit card.
Oh, hey, I'm your grandpa's ex-sugar baby, Foxy Box.
Let's get into it.
What's up?
Uh, well, it's been another week. We're here on Thursday. We're not permanently moving to Thursday. We're kind of just, renting Thursday out for this week and next week.
We borrowed it. We got to return it though at
We borrowed it,
9.
yeah.
But
Every now
tonight.
and then Thursday, Thursday be like, all right, I'm bending over for y'all. You can, you can hit it from the back one time.
Oh my
Thursday just be,
god.
giving it up to
It's Thirsty Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. Thursday like to, lay on his back every now and then, give up some coochie. But yeah,
Yes.
here we are.
I'm actually live on Instagram now too. Hey fans, sorry my
Hey,
titties aren't out. Go to my paid site right now that's got a free trial going. There's 19 spots left. If you
you
come
guys
there
are
and
missing
lurk
the
though, I'll
girls,
top your
man.
fucking block off.
Come
Huh?
on. You see
What up?
much more Foxy Box on her paid sites.
Yeah, if you pay for it, because right now it's a glorified fucking Twitter feed.
Yeah,
I don't
and
allow
get
that
your
lurking
album
shit.
reviewed while you're at it, man. Hit us both up. We'll
Yeah,
both do something
yeah.
for you.
We do it all
Yeah,
over on my OnlyFans.
we'll do everything
Yeah.
except for clean your house.
Everything except for give you anything for free. Like that's one thing we ain't doing. So hey, the Crown Prince is here, Matthew McKinley.
Hey, Matt,
Hello. We
old
love you. We miss
Kentucky.
you.
Steve, what's up? Falcon fan 75. Good to see you. All right,
All
anyway, we like to
right.
kick off the show with our mental health topic. For those of you, most of you know this by now, but some of you don't. I lost my dad to pancreatic cancer in September. And today, my mom and I had grief counseling for the first time. Went really well. Lovely woman named Tracy came over to the house through his insurance company or healthcare provider, same thing. Um, they provide this service for the family after a loved one passes on, and it was a good experience. It was a good time to like come home and not immediately jump into an activity and
Good.
just have time to reflect and remember. It's only been 4 months. September, October, 4 or 5 months, and you know, we're both doing. People keep asking how are we doing and how's your mom doing. I even ask my mom. Sometimes it's like when people ask me that, I don't really know how to respond. But I think it was a very good talk, and the woman was very empathetic, and we get along. So we're definitely open to having that, and we also do have a group version of. There's a group version of the grief counseling that we're open to attending as well via Zoom. So yeah.
And I think that also, like, you guys dealing with like a group setting together might give you like more common ground of like things to like really like
Right.
see at the same time and things like that. I think it'll be really good. It'll help you guys grow really close together, and everything works out for you and me. Yeah. So, I chose the mental health topic this week to be seeking therapy, because just Dylan had said, let's do that. So I was like, let's just talk about seeking therapy. And I want to start off with obviously addressing, like, first and foremost, my worries are like my peers, and for my peers, that's my sex worker friends. And the thing is that there is a wonderful place called Pineapple Support that can help you for free. And they're wonderful. And they are a tool that is available for sex workers. Most reputable platforms will give you access to that. They'll link you to it and stuff. So if you ever feel like you're alone and you need somebody to talk to, that's a professional, hit up Pineapple Support. If you're a sex worker, it's a tool that's wonderful. Also, I think that it should be touched on that, like, I really obviously am like the kumbaya bitch. Like, I really, like, I miss camaraderie. Like, I really want to, like, put everybody together. Like, that's kind of my goal in a lot of what I'm doing, and open up to your fellow friends. I think that a lot of times that sex workers do feel very alone, because of the fact that, like, our life is so much different than most people's, and we kind of see like the light and the dark of the world at the same times pretty often. People are really open with us, and they'll be their true selves and their ugliest selves with us, and it can be really, like, emotionally taxing. The energy vampires are real. The people that just want to, like, drain you. It's really, really hard. And then you don't really have that many people, like, in your civilian life to really, like, talk to about this kind of stuff. And so I really do feel like it's important to, like, have that camaraderie with, like, your fellow coworkers, because we can really relate to each other. And if you ever feel like you don't have anybody, like, know that you have me, and you can reach out to me if you're a woman and you're not looking to expand my energy for free. If you're a male sex worker too, obviously, like, that all goes for the same. But, like, as far as, like, clients, you guys are lovely, but you have to pay me for sexy therapy. But, like, for friends, I'm there. Like, use your resources. And for everybody else, like, seek therapy. It's not a weakness. Taking care of your mental health is really, really important. Like, you have to, like, the rest of it is not going to be okay if this isn't okay. Like, you really gotta work on habits and changes, and you got to do the work. But it's so much worth it, and you're never alone. Anything you want to say also about therapy?
Well, I want to know more about Pineapple Support and some of the wonderful things that it's done for sex workers and people in the community and such.
Uh-huh.
I've heard that, Finney's mentioned it on TPP, and I've heard other performers mention it as well. So I can imagine, how much good things this has done for people in the industry and people in this lifestyle.
Yeah. I first found it when I was doing StreamMate. It was offered, well, I still do StreamMate, but, like, when that was, like, my main flow and I wasn't doing the public kind of persona shit. But like, they're a tool that people can get, like, even just, like, resource lists from, or just help. I think they have, like, a crisis line kind of deal. So I personally have had mental health providers, so I haven't used it, but it is an amazing tool that I do have peers that really vouch for it. And just knowing that it's there, you don't know if ever you're just going to be in the spot where you're like, well, I think it's time to utilize this. So, I mean, who knows? Tomorrow I could have an absolute meltdown from working as much as I have, and I know that it's there, and great. I love that. So utilize your resources. And if you ever need help finding resources, that's something you can reach me out no matter who you are. Like, I'm that bitch from that show with the glasses, that fucking Penelope or whatever from
Bitch
that
from the
fucking
show with
cop
the
show.
glasses.
The bitch with the show with the glasses. The one. People tell me I look like her all the fucking
Pippi
time.
Longstocking.
Do
No.
not look like Pippi
No.
Longstocking, sir.
Eliza
Anyway.
from Wild Thornberries. No,
Oh
she had glasses.
oh, why is Thornberry?
Eliza.
More
Don't
like
even remember how
Nigel.
Eliza don't even remember how Eliza talked. Just remember the
No, I
son
just did
Darwin,
her
who was
voice.
like,
She's like, I'm Eliza Thornberry. Her dad's the only one with the British voice.
yeah,
The British voice.
was
Oh
he
my God.
British or
Okay,
Australian?
so
Okay.
let's talk about this news. And we have the links for the news stories in our phones. We're going to try this new little thing where we're going to, like, look at the story kind of and go over it. So we have, like, a really, like, a good chunk
All right.
of info to share with you guys. So
Shall I go first?
yeah, you go. You
All
pick the
right.
first one.
So Birdman once bought, according to Hip Hop DX, Birdman once bought 50 cars just for everybody in the projects. We just turned up. Birdman has come a long way since his start in the music business, and he is now reflected on his care antics from back when the money started rolling in. During an episode of Renaissance Man that went live yesterday, Wednesday, January 24th, host Jalen Rose pointed out that Baby ushered in the bling bling era of hip hop, which the mogul said was a product of coming from having nothing. In New Orleans, quote, Baby says, quote, in New Orleans, we ain't know nothing about none of that. He began, we ain't know nothing about Rolls Royce and foreign whips. We wore Dickie suits, dope boys. That was normal for our city. Honestly, I went to New York, seen them niggas in foreign cars and all that shit. Niggas was rocking big chains, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna bring that shit down bottom. We ain't never seen this shit down bottom, and that was what influenced me, bro. He proceeded to explain that he and his crew subsequently began spending without resisting, saying, we just turned up. We was just treating cars like it was nothing, doing donuts in them, wrecking them. I bought 50 whips for everybody. 15,000 was the maximum I spent for some of them, but bought a couple of my partners I spent a little more. But yeah, everybody in the project had a license. I bought them a car.
I love that. Like, honestly, like, if I ever like come into a lot of money like that, I'm definitely going to take care of my people, like my friends, the people that need me. Like, you know, I would like so be that person.
I'm going to be wise with it. In fact, for my job, I had a meeting this afternoon with a great nonprofit organization called 501c, where it's an after school program for kids age 13 with no, excuse me. The organization's called A Place for Youth. It's a 501c, but yeah, nonprofit for kids 13 to 18 that do, it's a after school program. So they have like help them with the homework, tutoring. 501. They also have 3D printing and, you know, a lot of resources for college. So yeah, you know, I'd like to like give back, you know, if I had like a ton of money.
Yeah.
Don't just blow it on stupid stuff.
Yeah, honestly, like I would just like arm everybody and be like, all right, meet me to let's go do some shit and take over the fucking Capitol. No, for real.
Oh, Foxy and her imagination.
I would, yeah, it's just imagination.
September 8th is going to be the new January 6th.
It's September 8th. We ride on my birthday. Bring your finest juicy tracksuit and your biggest gun.
And a fat joint, and all the joints in the world.
Yeah. Fuck no, we only smoke out of bongs in my
I've never seen you smoke a J. It's always bongs. Have I seen you smoke a J?
Yeah, I do sometimes, but only if I have to.
Huh.
So, this next story is Kevin Gates talking about how he heals women by restricting sex. And he says, quote, I start with 90 days. So Kevin Gates stopped by the Breakfast Club in a full tuxedo. He revealed that he heals women by restricting sex. Speaking with Charlemagne the God yesterday on the 24th, the Louisiana rapper spoke about his healing abilities without specifying exactly what ailment or behavior he's treating these women for. Everybody doesn't deserve healing. He said they might be healed for a week, then go back to their same behavior, and I gotta put them on dick restriction. I start with 90 days. The first offense is 90 days. Code of conduct is big with me. I believe that honesty is the best policy. When I meet you, I'm gonna tell you the truth. He also it also says that someone commented on the clip how his wife might feel about this explanation. And the Two Phones rapper is no stranger to interesting thoughts on relationships. Last year, he admitted to drinking a cup of a woman's urine. This is a man. I like Kevin Gates.
Well, that makes you a man to drink a cup of a woman's urine.
I just like how he's like, you're on dick restriction. I'm gonna drink your pee, bitch. Like, I love this guy. I love me a weirdo.
Well then. Blinking white guy gift.
No, but like for real, like that's what he said, that he like obviously he's got like good fucking dick if he's like if a woman's gonna stick around like 90-day dick restriction. Like That shit'll change your life. In a bizarre interview with Fancy Talk Show, Gates was asked if he ever partaken in any golden showers during sex. The Thinking with My Dick rapper admittedly spoke about how he enjoys drinking a woman's pee, even if it's not sexual. What a nutter. I love for a woman to piss in my mouth, Gates said. I love for a woman to piss in my mouth. That's beautiful. I had a woman pee in a cup while I was driving, and I drink it right there because there was just nothing. I was so infatuated with this woman to where there was nothing about her that was nasty. Which that's what I was saying. Like, that's a man. Like, he's like,
In the
he
words of
can.
Yin Yang Twins, a real nasty man.
He continued,
Yeah, that
she's
nigga's a weirdo.
super clean. She liked me. She drank nothing but water all day, so her piss ain't got no taste. And I mean, let's be real. Like, everybody knows that, like, squirt, sometimes these girls are not actually squirting. Like, there is, like, really squirting, but, like, a lot of times, like, they just be pissing. After a brief conversation about whether or not drinking urine could help a human survive in the desert, Gate continued on and confirmed that he's had a threesome, but he's foggy on just how many partners he's actually had in the bedroom at the same time. I went to a swindler's resort and it had an orgy, but I didn't participate in it. It was just beautiful being in that environment. Like, everybody being naked, being free. And it was just beautiful being in that environment. We did this other thing where they had fluffers come in and fluff us. And that's where it ends. That's probably the best article I've ever read. What a fucking roller coaster.
I agree. Gotcha. So Kevin
Thoughts?
Gates likes drinking pee. He really, really likes drinking pee.
He's really serious about that shit. He's like, just like open about it. Like, gosh, you know, I now have a goal to get him on the Bimbo Bugs podcast. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so Kevin Gates, he's doing his thing.
The golden shoes.
So yeah, and we have our news story.
Wait. Golden shower is getting peed on, but drinking urine something else.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, because you're not like necessarily consuming it if you're in like the act of like a golden shower. But like the golden shower is just being peed on, but drinking pee, that's just drinking pee. I don't think there's anything, we can't church that up. Like, it's just drinking piss.
Hey, you ever given or received a golden shower, Foxy?
I've given one. I had the guy that I married when I was like when I was a teenage bride. But like, yeah, he was like a real fucking like just a fucking little pissant. So I fucking peed on him when he was.
Oh, so it was out of spite?
Well, like sexual spite, but yes. I can, like, if I don't like a guy, I'll like if he's like failing and stuff, like I'll probably like usually humiliate them in bed, like.
Never been into this before, but like Spooky Fat Brat she's the only one who I saw a piss video, and I was like, that's kind of cool. Oh, also Marijuana from Brazil, the only like translated thickness protection program interview. She took a golden shower after her first scene from Plumper Pass. A1. She
said she took a golden shower, like she was shampooing with it.
No, like she let the dude piss on her.
I know, but the way that you said it, like I'm picturing like a fucking herbal essences commercial. Oh,
yes. French warm piss.
Oh my fucking
Welcome to Beat Baux.
Yeah, fuck, dude. So anyways, let's talk about Busy Bone, and he's not impressed by zesty Lil Uzi Vert dance.
Boom.
Not make it cool, he says.
Yeah. So Busy Bone is not impressed with Lil Uzi Vert's viral "Just Wanna Rock" dance. Isn't that from like 2 years ago?
I wanna rock.
The Bone Thugs and Harmony rapper legend criticized the dance craze on his Instagram stories on Wednesday 24, calling it zesty.
And I don't know, when did this term like zesty come out? It's like definitely like a hip hop term, which is funny.
Because when the word yag backward, it's the word yag backwards.
Oh, because they're all like trying to be respectful.
Yeah, it's an algorithm friendly way of saying.
I do like that. Like, well, and it's really interesting to find out like a lot of like there's like a lot of like homosexuals that are in the like hip hop community that you like never know, and you hear about the stories.
I mean, didn't last week I say the Ariana Grande song that we covered was zesty?
You did call it zesty.
It was
You
quite
called her
zesty.
zesty. Well, isn't she
Here,
like a gay icon?
here. I'm gonna say it. The dance is zesty. The Lil Uzi Vert dance is zesty. That's why he made it up to make y'all look zesty. No matter how hard you try, you cannot make it look cool. You acted zesty. Period.
Busy Bub's not a fan of the dance, but it caught a wave last year thanks to the success of Just Wanna Rock, which cracked the top 10 Billboard Hot 100, and it went double platinum. Lil Uzi Vert explained its origins at the BET Awards. Uzi uses they them pronouns and said, "I'm from Philly. It's called blicking. I ain't even make it up. All these kids in Philly do it. In Jersey, it's called rocking your hips. All my boys out in Philly, they taught me how to do it and all that. I just wanted to be part of the Philly scene because, that's where I'm from. Bring it on to the world and the people that love it." The dance even caught the eye of Beyonce, who used the move in one of her Renaissance tour routines. And also Lil Uzi Vert recently announced plans to remove all of their tattoos. Did you hear that?
No.
I don't really know much about Lil Uzi. I only really know about Lil Uzi because of
It's
Beat
a
Baux.
lot of big waste of money, and that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but like also like it's his body, so like I definitely have tattoos that I would not mind removing just because of like, but not because of like I don't like the tattoo. It's just like the placement and stuff. But like, I definitely think that zesty is good. I'm glad there's zest in life.
And it's zest for life.
Isn't there like soap called Zest? Speaking of golden showers.
Every time I think of zest, I think of like the little like oregano that you top on top of something like garlic with bread.
I think of like ranch.
Yeah, ranch or like the little green things that are inside of like
Them
ranch
little
dressing.
green things.
The green thing. Yeah, really.
Little greeny boys.
Matter of fact, there's this great restaurant in LA called Spitz, and then they have these like pita bread strips, and they're fried pita bread strips, but they call them zesty strips.
Oh, well, the thing is I feel like a lot of gay people would love that shit too. So like, I mean, I know I'm pretty gay and I like it. So let's eat them. Hey!
Shout out to all you zesty people in the chat.
Well, the zestiest motherfucker we know, Kurt Butterfield, just jumped in and said kisses.
Hey now, Kirk speaks Kirk. Think of LSDU.
How is Ohio? So how's that cornfield, Kirk? Have you been watering your fields with High Gravity or Mad Dog 2020?
Kirk said, "I wipe my butt with Uno cards."
Oh my god. Okay, so let's get into hip hop history. I have like a ton of it. I'm just gonna run it down pretty quick. We can talk a little bit about it. I did it in like date, like order of like when it happened. Kirk said, "I'm skinny. I don't eat negative Timos." What does that even fucking mean? Like, is that like some like isn't that like what's that shit called? Like the keto shit.
Keto?
Timos? Oh wait, no, I think I'm like thinking of like macros. Is that like a tomato? Okay, anyway, hip hop history. So on the 20th of January 2015, Lupe Fiasco released his fifth album. It's called Tetsuo and Youth. I had no idea he had so many albums out. Did you?
Lupe?
Yeah.
I knew he had projects, but like he's one of those artists where shout out to Lupe though. I've met him. He has great music, but
really, you met him?
I hadn't kept up with many of his projects.
Yeah, well, I mean, like obviously because I'm a little ramp tramp, as everybody knows, and if you don't, now you know. I am also a like skateboarding historian. So anyway, Lupe Fiasco obviously Kick Push, like iconic. Like I remember hearing that, getting all emotional, like. And then like also Daydream, iconic. But other than that, I don't really know much of his stuff. So I just was surprised that in 2015 he had 5 albums out. So on the 21st of January 1999, Eminem's music video "My Name Is" premiered, which like, do you remember when that came out? Because I sure do. I was watching TRL like heavy at that point.
Do I remember it? It's just one of those things that like has always been around for me.
So I like watched it likely premiere on TRL
Oh
because
wow.
the thing is like I was like heavily like watching music videos my whole entire life. Like some of my first memories of like watching TV, I was definitely watching music videos. I've always like had just like this I just liked music, I guess. I was a little baby hipster, baby. Like, because like my first like the funny thing is the first poster that I ever had in my room was a fucking Weezer poster, which like they were good until like that whole like pork and beans era, and then they kind of sucked. But like I always like Cypress Hill. Oh my god, I was like 6 years old. Like, let's listen to Cypress Hill. Like, I loved that shit. So like, music has always like heavily been like in my life. So I was there. I watched that premiere. I really did, and it was so fucking different than anything. The Marshall Mathers LP was probably one of the first albums that like I requested like bought for me. You know, like I had bought like I'd gotten CDs before that, but that was like the one that I was like, I need this album. And so I like we've kind of touched on Eminem a bit before, like in the podcast. But like obviously, like for me being like a white girl in Eastern Washington, and kind of like a poverty-stricken area, I really like Eminem resonated with me and all of like the people I went to school with like a lot.
And
So
see, for me, I was in middle school when Eminem came out with Curtain Call,
uh-huh.
and that, Curtain Call, the hits, like, so that was like how I got like, yeah, that was the height of my Eminem phase, I think. And then when he had Eminem Presents the Re-Up, I think the following year, that was it, man. That Curtain Call, the hits was awesome though.
Is Curtain Call the one that had the blue, or was it the red
Yeah,
curtains?
it was the
No,
blue curtain.
Encore. I'm thinking no,
Encore.
Encore is the one that you're thinking about
Yeah, the
possibly.
one that you're thinking.
Well,
On
yeah, that either way, yes. I followed up until that album and then he kind of lost me after that. But I loved Eminem, so that's very iconic in hip hop. And also on the 21st of 1985, Run DMC released King of Rock, their second album, which Run DMC like deeply hip hop history there. Although I never really like have consumed that much Run DMC, does that make me like a fraud? Because like I've not been into them.
My dad was the first DJ in South Carolina to get Run DMC played.
Really? That's really
Yeah.
iconic. I'm really glad that we had this conversation because I would have never probably learned that. Do you have like do you remember anything he had like said about it or
Not really specifically, but like, the fact that, they think they've caught Jam Master Jay's killer, and I didn't even realize, like, was Jam Master Jay like street involved to to be murdered in his studio?
Well, that's really interesting, and the thing is I think that the first like okay, so like think about like how like the vibe was for like the first like iconic people in hip hop. It was kind of still like it was as the kids would now say like chuggy, it was like, oh hey hey hey, here we are and we're here to say, and it's
Yeah.
like you don't think of that with like the
So hip
gang kind of
hop.
culture. Yeah, exactly. And so it's like it's different. And so
Yeah.
he very well could have been like a street affiliate, but like we wouldn't know because that wasn't what was put out there. And then it's also like then it kind of brings up the question of like, well, was this the stuff when like hip hop and rap started being appreciated that they like that the media pushed to like try to like fight against like black culture because of the deep-seated racism and fucking in the powers that be. It's weird, right? Like why did it go from like this wholesome thing to just thinking like, oh, rap means violence and vulgarity? It's weird.
I think it was just like the struggle. I think it was like the economic situations that people were already dealing with before
Okay.
the music came out, and the music
Mhm.
brought light to that.
Yeah. It's hip hop history is so fucking cool. Like I
Yeah.
love it. And
I know
I
this is
really
somebody's
feel
favorite segment on Beatbox.
it is.
It's got to be somebody's favorite.
I really hope so because I put a
Let
lot
us
of
know in
work
the
into it
comments if
every day.
hip hop history is your favorite segment on Beatbox.
Yeah, let us know. I love that. And I think my favorite part is that I get to talk about it with a black man. I would never have these conversations. Like I don't get that perspective from anybody else in my life. And so it's like such a treat for me. So thank you, Dill. Thank you, Dilly.
You're welcome. I'm glad to
Yes.
be
Okay.
your designated black man.
Pleasure doing business with ya.
I hate
Okay,
you.
so on the 22nd of January in 1965, DJ Jazzy Jeff was born. So happy belated birthday to DJ Jazzy Jeff. Summertime is probably one of my all-time favorite songs. Love
Really?
it. Yeah, it's so good. It's so fucking good. Like, it just feels like a popsicle. Like, I don't know what else to like. It's just like
True that.
it's so good.
Mhm.
So on the 23rd of January, 1989, Tone Loc debuted his album Loked After Dark. So Tone Loc, what the fuck?
Throwback.
Tone Loc? All I think is just funky cold Medina. What does that even mean?
Funky Cold Medina.
What's that mean?
We're gonna have to give it a goog.
What's a cold Medina? What's somebody in the comments? Please tell us what a cold Medina is. Hey, Bobby's here. Hi, we love
Hey,
you.
Smokers Lounge.
Yay! I just put you on all of my podcasts as a recommended podcast, by the way. I fuck heavily with
Hey, Bobby,
Smokers
you from
Lounge.
the old school. What's a Funky Cold
Yeah,
Medina?
if anybody knows
What's a
Bobby,
Funky Cold Medina? He's like, Dylan, you ought to know this. You black.
Uncle,
Weren't you
please tell
raised
us
on this
about
shit?
what Funky Cold Medina means. We need to know, educate your young children here in the chat. We need information. So as he is telling us in the chat what the fuck a Funky Cold Medina is, we're gonna go to the 25th of January 2000, D'Angelo's second album, Voodoo. And I don't know much about D'Angelo other than like I think women hella want to fuck him. And doesn't he have a kid with the Brat? Or wait, no, that's
D'Angelo got
Jermaine
some good music.
Dupri. It's a drink. That's
Yeah.
that's what Bobby said. He said it's
I
drink.
want some of your brown sugar.
What kind of a drink? Like, what does it taste like?
A cold
Like for when
Medina.
I think of it, I think of like peppermint on ice, like a
I
rumple.
think of, remember how there was that Pepsi Blue or Pepsi Crystal?
Well, it's Christy Prep.
Yeah.
Christy Prepsel. So yeah,
Pepsi
so
Crystal, some vaporwave shit.
dude, we should jot that down. Jot that down.
Yeah.
So like I really love this was an extra education moment in hip hop history. We all learned what a Funky Cold Medina is, and it's a drink. So next we have on the 25th, the Lox released We Are the Streets, fucking iconic. And I wanted to talk also about Kendrick Lamar on the 26th of January 2014 was basically robbed of Best Rap Album at the Grammys when it was awarded to Macklemore after Macklemore had already gotten like 7 different Grammys, which who I like. Macklemore is like from where I am, right? He's in Washington, and like I actually have like a friend that went to college with him and stuff. And I've heard he's like a really nice person, but like fuck, his music sucked. I don't like that. Do you like?
I liked him when he first came out, like before he got mainstream. You know, when he was kind of just like right there on like an atmosphere or prof level. You know, like still kind of independent.
Do you like Prof? Do you like Prof?
I've never listened to him.
How
can I call myself a Rhymesayers fan? And I've like I tried listening to Prof, and I'm like, I don't know why I couldn't get into dude.
So it's because he's cheesy. And the thing is like that for like hipsters like us, hipster trash. We're like, oh, stop.
But I'm like, he's on Rhymesayers. He's on like my favorite independent hip hop label ever.
That doesn't exactly matter though, because I mean, I love Rhymesayers, but I think like the founder is a fucking trash bag. So I mean, like, you don't have to like everybody, huh?
You think Sadiq's a trash bag or Slug?
Oh, I thought that isn't Slug the founder?
Yeah, he's the co-founder, but I always, like Sadiq's like the one who's like really in charge of the label. Like Slug is like,
I don't. Slug just has like made everything so self-centered that like I can't think of anything other than him.
I mean, there's Ciroc. There's Brother Ali's not with them anymore, but there's Aesop Rock.
Didn't you just see Brother Ali?
Evidence, yes, I did see Brother Ali.
Yeah, I remember seeing your
December
Snap story
23rd.
and be like, damn, he sounds even better than he
with
does
my man,
like on the record.
DJ Fresh, and Living Legends.
Yeah. Yup, good stuff. But anyways, Macklemore actually wrote like an email or something, or like a tweet to Kendrick Lamar, like apologizing that for the fact that had happened. But then in January 28th of 2018, Kendrick Lamar won 5 Grammys for Damn. So
Back
I
in.
mean, it's like one of those like stories. I feel like if there was ever like a movie made about Kendrick or something, that would be like a humongous like point in the plot, like that he still kept going and then he came
Yeah.
back and he got 5.
Ooh.
So
Macklemore ass
anyway,
fell off hard.
well, yeah, I mean, actually, like he was actually just at Spokane at the Spokane Arena. So like people still like fuck heavily with him in Washington State at least, but like it's like people like going to the show with like their grandma or something. Like
The biggest rappers out of Washington State are probably Sir Mix-a-Lot,
yeah.
Macklemore, and then Lil Mosey.
I don't even know who that is. I would just say I only know about like Sir Mix-a-Lot and Macklemore. That's about it.
Shout out to my boy Anthony
Um
Danza though. Shout out
I'm
to
like,
Jake
oh,
One.
I almost said, oh, I think Aesop Rock is living in the Pacific Northwest right now. He
Um,
lives in Portland.
yeah, he lives in Portland.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the
Wait,
Pacific Northwest
Wait,
puncher.
aren't like the Grouch and Eli might be from Olympia.
No, what the fuck are you talking about? Eli is from Mid City, Los Angeles, and
Okay,
Grouch is from
okay.
Oakland.
I don't know why I thought that they were from Olympia.
No, they probably just get a lot of love up there.
Maybe. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, I had like a ton of stuff for hip hop history today. There was a lot of stuff and I was like, I want to talk about it. So shall we get into and it really does offset the music for this week. We have a lot of music this week that is like dad rock, I feel like. So
Yep, we sure do.
yeah,
Um,
let's start with your album.
let's start with my album. Now loading. All right, Neck Deep from the Welsh pop punk band Neck Deep. It's a
Yep.
self-titled album. And you know what? For what it's worth, I kind of got exposed to this band where I heard the song A Part of Me. And A Part of Me came out in 2012, but I got hip to it in 2020. And then they dropped All Distortions Are Intentional. That was their last album in 2020. And you know what? I really liked that album. In fact, like, there's some great songs on that album, like What Took You So Long and Sick Joke. But this new one, I thought this album was so bad. Like, I just could not. It wasn't terrible, but it just could not resonate with me. You know, every song sounded the same. It was like,
I was really, really super like, what? Dylan, you two, and I didn't know if like you took my advice and just were like, okay, we're going with this one off the list, but you actually knew who
no,
this who this band was.
I was familiar with this band. I'd go see them live still. And in fact, I like this cover art they have, but like the only song that I really kind of took away from this maybe was Go Outside and Heartbreak of the Century, because they all have the same energy. There's no like changing of rhythms. They all have this like kind
It's
of
it's like bar
juvenile
music.
Tony Hawk feel to them.
Yeah, it's
Where
just
it's
like
just
bar music, like just like kickback kind of music where it's like, oh, there's an event going on, but we're like trying
no, this
not to
is
be too
more
high.
like like wannabe Warp Tour, to the point where it's like
That's what
overly
I
like characterized Warp Tour.
When I say bar music, I mean like a bar show. Like you're gonna go to a local bar and
Oh,
this is gonna be the band that you're gonna hear. Like it felt like bar show, like a
see
bar
bars I
music.
don't go, see bars I go to don't play this type of stuff.
See it, but also we're in very different like
Yeah,
places.
very
So and the thing is there's so many bars where you're at. I'm sure you can find bars
different
that
parts
play
of
this
the
kind of
country.
music.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kirk Butterfield said in the comments, I just had to mention this. I thought it was ironic. He said, shout out to the new sick ass Tara Reid and Puya collab. And I actually told Dylan we should review that one, but it was just like not released this week, so we didn't. But I'm like a huge Tara Reid fan. Like I fucking love Tara Reid. I just saw him on September 11th, and it
I'm
was great.
definitely a fan of, you know, it was what really kicked off Palm was that whole Buffet Boys G59 / Hollow Water Boys wave. So I got a lot of love for Puya. Tara Reid's dope. Get her, of
Love
course.
Gather.
So
Love him.
yeah, shout out to all but six, no doubt.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, I also am kind of with you on that Neck Deep. It was like I just sat here and kind of did like my hip hop history research while I listened to it, and I was like, okay, music.
I think you just need to skateboard to it, and I was driving to it, and that's probably the problem.
Do you skate, Dylan?
In my mind, I do.
Oh, me too. I'm like,
I like
I just did a
skateboarding and
ramp tramp.
culture. I like the vibe. I just never got on the board.
You're a ramp tramp too.
I am sure I sure the fuck am not, miss.
Oh
Spectator of sport.
my gosh.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like what's it called? Oh, phony hawk. That's when you like the video games, but you don't skateboard.
Phony hawk? Is that like
Phony
what
hawk.
people
I
would
came up
say?
with that right now. Phony hawk.
You did? No, that's really good. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, that's really
Yeah,
good.
if you play skate and play Tony Hawk, but you don't skateboard, yeah, you're a phony hawk.
When I was in school, all the skaters, because it was like they'd call people that like I remember they'd call people that like rollerbladed fruit booters. Have you ever heard that one, fruit booter?
No.
I was
See, my school was so small, we didn't have enough people to like, their group insults.
Yeah, I was totally like a fruit booter. But like I love skateboarding. It's still my favorite. But like I couldn't do it, so I had to fruit boot.
Shout out
And
to
I
all
would
the
like
skaters.
I'd go really, really fast at the skating rink. I'd be like, oh my god, one time I was skating really fast to Who Let the Dogs Out, and my skate slipped from underneath my legs. I like hit the fucking like I hit the skating rink floor, and like I was just like laying there like a little fat girl, like ah.
Didn't you have a whole conspiracy about the song "Who Let the Dogs Out" and that it was about like who brought the ugly girls to the club?
Yeah, isn't that what it's about?
Yeah, yeah. There was a whole like conspiracy about like how that song was made. There was a whole documentary about that.
I just think of Rugrats.
Yeah. Oh my god, that unlocked so many memories just now.
Yeah, it was like a big promo for that movie.
Throwback.
So my album of the week I chose I think it's Sudden Death is how you say it. I've never known. I've never like asked, but it's like FZ or SV. FZ. Dude, I'm so exhausted, you guys. SV, Sudden Death. And Harbinger. And Sudden Death is like a very metal influenced EDM artist. And did you listen to it?
I didn't get a chance, I think I got lost in the sauce.
You're in trouble today. No, I was like thinking it would have been good for you to listen to in the car, but like, dude, that shit is like you have to be in like a dark room that's like hot and smells like fucking sweaty people like to enjoy that kind of shit. I'm pretty sure. Like,
the opportunity just didn't present itself.
No, it definitely was like not enjoyable to listen to in my home. I was like, okay, if I was at a rave, this would fucking hit so much differently, but like this is not it at home. So definitely I would really like to see Sudden Death like in like a show aspect. I think it would be so gritty and so just like yeah, like but like at home, not my thing, but it was pretty solid. I mean, you could definitely hear a lot of the metal influence in it, which I'm like, I can see how this appeals to a lot of people. And also I can see like how like EDM like really appeals to like a lot of like different musical liking people. Cause like you'll see like metalheads and like obviously like wooks and like then you like see like, people like me or like, like the pop princesses, the house kids, it's like everybody will be at like these festivals and it's like people that might listen to like Ariana Grande, but then you've got people that listen to like Norwegian death metal, like like you've got such yeah, like I mean, definitely the Du Hast guys definitely like Sudden Death. Like I can guarantee that. Like they've definitely got those people. And do you remember like when EDM first started being like a big like mainstream thing?
Yeah,
like and
it's kind of my senior year of high school.
Do you remember that Korn did like an EDM track?
No, I mean the Dead Mouse era.
I saw Dead Mouse, and honestly, I don't know if it was because it was the last show at the festival that I saw him at, but like, God, it was so underwhelming. I was like, okay, but
maybe, I mean, a lot of the kids in my high school were into going to raves, and I was like, yeah, I'm not like this. I like underground hip hop shows were kind of like always my thing.
Right. Well, your friend Foxy was a bit of a raver. I'd like to still be.
I told you if I met you earlier in life, I would have been intimidated by you.
You would have been intimidated? Why? Because I'd have beat you up or something?
Yeah, just hit me with a tit and knock me out.
I've done it. The older I get, the more reach they have. It's like, don't fuck around.
She's older. She's older. She has tattoos. She has nice titties. She smokes pot. Oh my God. I'm so unworthy.
I mean, like, I still have that effect on a lot of people. So my single that I chose the Libertines, and the track is called Shiver. And the Libertines I actually like was introduced to through my love for Bam Margera, again getting to that like rooted fucking ramp tramp shit. But like he was always like into like a lot of like very unique Norwegian death metal. I like that, they say, I bet you a lot of there's sudden death fans that like the Libertines, but they're like really soft. It's not like death metal. It's like very like alty, soft goth rock. So I really enjoyed that one. That was actually one of the only songs that I probably listened today that I actually liked. So did you have a chance to listen to that one?
You'll hate me.
You didn't listen to any music today, did you?
I listened to the
You listened
song
to fucking Neck
one.
Deep.
I listened to One Night All Night by Justice and Tame Impala.
It was so good. Can we talk about that? Let's talk about
so redundant. It was so
I liked it. I liked it.
Like what in the 2010 Chromeo tour is this?
Okay, well that's probably why I like it though, because that's the kind of shit that I like.
It's like, oh my god, did I just walk into some trendy salon? I'm at a rooftop party in Malibu with pretty people and expensive drinks to match.
Yeah, I liked it. So whatever. I fuck with Justice. And like that song DANCE. Do you know that one?
Of course. It's a classic.
Yeah, I love that shit.
I mean, I like Justice. I like Tame Impala. I was definitely underwhelmed by this song. As I was driving, and I don't know if no pun intended, driving to all these songs are doing it justice, but that's becoming like the only few times I have to like check out new music is like gym and car. So now it's like when it comes to this song, it's just like, kind of reminded me of a racing video game. Kind of got like Midnight Club edition, Midnight Club vibes. Maybe, sort of, kind of. Anybody with me? Bueller?
I'm with you. I thought you were going to say more, so I was politely waiting. Hey, speaking of like racing games, I think about this game a lot. Did you ever play PS1?
Yeah, of course.
Did you ever play like the Street Racer game on there?
Street Racer. Not Gran Turismo?
No, like Street Racer.
Driver? It was called Street Racer?
Yeah. Look it up. It like the characters on it were really interesting. Kirk Butterfield said I look like an 8 in Nebraska.
Oh no, this could look crazy as hell.
Isn't that cool? That's a really fun one. I would like to find like.
Son, where'd you find this?
I think one of them was like a blonde bimbo, and I always played as her.
She sure was.
Do you see her? I was like, I think she had big old blonde bimbo titties.
Yeah, she has a little cute car with it's pink with smiley faces.
Yeah, I definitely played as her, like always, probably. That was a really fun game, though. I love that.
No! You know what the craziest racing game? Okay, other than Crash Team Racing, the first one for PS1, which is the best kart racer of all time.
Racing.
No, okay, there's that, but like, future TikTok ideas. Beat Baux's favorite kart racers, but look up Disney Magical Kingdom Tour.
I think that was like an online game, wasn't it?
No, it was on PS1 and Dreamcast. Yeah, Disney World Magical Racing Tour.
Disney World Magical.
Yeah, no, it's called Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. Why the fuck was the name so long?
No, it was a computer game.
Oh, okay, but I had it on PS1. That was the shit. This game was so fun.
It's all just Chip and Dale.
it's Chip and Dale, but they have all these made-up Disney characters to go along with the Disney World rides.
Did you ever play Kingdom Hearts?
It's so cute. I played the first one.
Yeah, me too. It was so good. So good. I remember like being like really emotional when I beat it. Like, oh my god.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say. Oh, I think that was 4th grade. Yeah. 4th grade?
I didn't see it. I didn't play it until I was an adult. I remember I kept going to jail though while I was
How
playing
come we're
it. So,
only
like, it took
3 years apart, but it
forever.
seems like you're like 10 years older than me?
Well, it's because I was, like, fucking around for a lot of my life, so, like, a lot of my experiences I had when I was, like, older, even though, like, they had been, like, out. I think that's why, like, I really like, the bimbo core stuff and everything because I really, like, got to, like, enjoy that type of stuff more as, like, an adult because I was, like, just fucked off, like, in teenage homelessness and
I
drugs.
mean, oh, damn. I mean, when I was I imagine it's like this. When I was watching Nick Jr., you were probably watching wrestling.
Uh, when you were watching Nick Jr., I was probably watching just regular Nickelodeon.
I was Blue's Clues, you were Clueless.
Yeah, for exactly. Well, and like my
Um,
dad always like let us kind of like consume whatever media like we really wanted to.
oh,
So I was definitely watching like a lot of stuff, or like I listened to like a lot of music. Like while people were watching TV, like me and my friends were definitely like either like playing Barbies, and like doing like really like adult scenarios, like like they're at a strip club and somebody's fucking somebody's man and like stuff like that. We were definitely
what?
playing Barbies like that. Oh yeah, for real. And or like we like makeup dances because we were all like in like a dance team. I totally was. I was not a good dancer though, but like I was there giving it my
Can
best.
you dance now?
Yeah, I
Because I
think
always
so.
saw you do the funky wiggle on TikTok.
Oh my god. I
For
love
the
that
record, that
video.
dance is not actually called the funky wiggle. I just
Yeah,
dubbed
like
it with.
I definitely can. Actually like I have like a lot of like the videos that I make that are for pay videos. Those ones I definitely do a lot of dance videos, or like striptease, or like the scene that I just shot for BBW Adventure is literally like going to be like a music video dance kind of like and then works into like this scene. So yeah. Um,
I,
I was actually like, so you guys are gonna love this. So the dance team that I was on when I was young, was called the Kids in Black. It was the like obviously like the Men in Black, and we wore little Ray-Bans, and we had
that's
like
cute. The
like these
kids in
t-shirts
black.
that say KIB, and
Yeah.
we would do all the parades and stuff, and we were like on the news, and like people really thought like they loved us, and we would do all the events. We'd go to like old folks' homes and like do performances, and like we were the fucking Garfield Elementary Kids in Black. People fucking loved us,
Here
and then
come the kids in black.
yeah, and we had a whole routine. Like we were like. And then we do make your neck work. Now free.
Reality defenders.
Yes, so we had a whole routine and we would do the parades and we all like marched and stuff. The lady that was like partially taught us how to do it, her name was Carla, and she was a beautiful woman of color. And she was like a drill sergeant though. Oh my gosh, she was like so mean. And we all like were really like scared of Carla, but goddamn, she made sure we knew how to like march in formation for a
Yeah.
parade. And then it progressed into like the dance team, which like we did like all sorts of different stuff. So we learned like all of like the classic kind of like dances and yeah. So that's what I was doing.
I
I
want to
was
go
definitely
smoke on my balcony and listen to Patrice Rushen after this.
I like honestly like I love to dance though. So
We
yeah,
got one more album to review.
oh my god, our music just sucks this week. Oh, Green Day. Oh,
Green Day. Woo, we got some shit to say about Green Day. Well,
I've
well,
never
well, well,
liked Green
well.
Day. I've
What'd
never
you
liked
think of
Green Day.
Fuck,
Basket Case is their only good song. That's my fucking final.
Foxy? How dare
I
you?
hated American Idiot. I hated Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Wake Me Up When September Ends. Wake Me Up When This Song Fucking Ends. I hate Green Day. I'm sorry. I know it's sacrilege.
Foxy,
Oh no! Matt
how
says
dare
he
you
loves Green
disgrace
Day.
Green Day, the band that I came into middle school claiming I didn't like because I wasn't used to being
I
around
like
all
Green
these
Day.
new predominantly white kids who always loved Green Day. So I
My
fronted
mom
like I
just
was
came.
only into Mike Jones when secretly I was digging Green Day. And that's how I got exposed to Green Day in 7th grade.
My mom just came into my room, opened the door, shaking a stick at me, and says, "I like Green Day," and then closed the door. Literally, that's just what happened.
Why?
God, am I alone in this? Am I the only person that I like Green Day? And then just shut the door.
Does your mom smoke pot?
She's a professional, so we can't talk about those things.
Okay, never mind.
She's cool. She's cute. She's cute.
But she's cool. She's not a
Yeah,
regular mom. She's a cool mom.
she's cool.
All right.
She raised Foxy Box, so I mean, she's gotta be pretty cool.
Hey now, say now. Okay, Green Day, Saviors. I really enjoyed this album. I'm just shocked and appalled to find out that my dear friend and co-host and confidant does not care for Green Day. Me personally, I enjoy
your
Green
dear
Day's music.
8 in Nebraska.
Okay, I'm not like a Green Day head. I'm not like, oh yeah, Dookie. Oh yeah, all these albums. Oh yeah, I'm like, I know their hits, and then I didn't even go see 21st Century Breakdown, so like I'm not like a super Green Day fan. But I know enough hits to consider myself like a casual fan. I like how you're biting your lower lip right there. And then, okay, so I thought it was interesting when a band you grow up on puts out new music. I didn't know Billy Joel was bi until I heard that song Bobby Socks.
Yeah.
And then I was texting my friend JT Loco about it, and he's like, yeah, man, he came out on such and such song on the Dookie album. I'm like, huh. Okay.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't. Bobby Socks wasn't a bad song, but like I'm not gonna, blast my speakers to something saying I want to be your boyfriend.
You're just outside of a window.
Yeah.
Green Day.
Yeah. But,
so in the comments, I hate that I'm not on Instagram looking at the comments. I'm so sorry, you guys. I gotta get better at that. So Matt says, how do I hate Green Day? I think because for me, I'm a fucking hipster and I can't help it. And they're just
Green
like
Day's like a
so
mainstream band.
And I know, like, I have a hard time. I don't mean to do it, but it just naturally is how I am. And I've never liked them. But listen, I was listening to Good Charlotte, so am I really that cool?
Hey, listen, going back to Green Day Saviors, I thought they had a lot of good songs on this. 1981 was great, the one about headbanging. Good Night Adeline. Corvette Summer is probably my favorite. But ever since I made that song, like the song for this Instagram post to promote this live, I was like, God damn it, that shit sounds so corny. But like, I still like the song, but I'm like, it's like super. It's just some dad ass rock, like.
Oh yeah, no, guaranteed. The bars around here, like the ones with the older crowd, it's gonna be on the jukebox.
Yeah, it's like some good new Green Day, like instead of good old Green Day, because they do sound like the same type of music you always.
It literally the America song that they had that was like, I don't even remember what it was called. It literally sounded just the same as all of their other
also,
shit.
I think their overall message was how weird and confusing these times are because of social media. And they mentioned Instagram, and they said like living in the 20s is another. They had that line, another shooting in the supermarket. My condolences. Another kick in the head. I thought this was like pretty good social commentary.
It is, but I'm sorry, but I don't want social commentary from fucking rich people that don't live in the same existence as me. I can pass on it. We don't want to hear the.
And see, I didn't even read that deep into it. I was just like, a new Green Day album, sure, why not? And then Father to Son, I was like, is this the new Wake Me Up When September Ends?
Bro, it's exactly. It's just it's a fucking redo of the American Idiot album.
I mean, most of the palm readers are like, are you guys really going to give a fuck what we say about a Green Day album? Are Green Day fans going to give a fuck what we say about Green Day album?
Everybody's moms are going to come in the room shaking a goddamn stick.
Are songs from this Green Day album going to make it on the Beat Baux playlist?
Oh, everything's on the Beat Baux playlist. Hey, this is the first mention. I feel like we just really been like bantering today. It's been fun. But yeah, the playlist, it's updated. It's there. Yeah. Utilize it. Check out my YouTube channel, you guys. You guys need to search for old Foxy Box on the tube because I've started a channel and I started my own solo project. It's called
Did she mention that there's Bimbo Box, a solo podcast where she's interviewing sex workers and content creators and people who matter in hoe culture?
Yep, we are talking to lots of interesting people. So I have like a huge interview planned on Monday with a very important person. And I mean, everybody on my podcast is actually really important, but I mean, like, this is like a person that is very significant. So it's gonna be pretty fucking wild. And I can't believe I keep landing the interviews that I do, but then I'm like, no, I can't believe it because I'm Foxy motherfucking Box. And I
Hey,
can
say
do
now.
whatever I want. So yeah, like and subscribe that shit. The Spotify, I'm one of the top downloads this week, which is fucking wild that I have already in less than a week. Like over 150 downloads. Like what the
That's
fuck?
amazing. Good job.
Like me. It's because I'll say stuff without like thinking, and people need that. Like, eventually, it's gonna fuck me over on something, but it'll be okay because I'll own up to whatever I do. If I'm wrong, tell me. So yeah, Bimbo Box is dope, and the Beat Box playlist also lives on that same channel. I have all of my playlists are public, all of them,
Yeah.
and every episode of Beatbox is on a playlist there too. Like
Lately, I've been Googling words that I know the definition of just to see what like the real definition of. It says bimbo is, I just thought it was like a stupid girl, but it says an attractive but unintelligent or frivolous young woman.
I'm frivolous. I'm definitely intelligent, but I'm very frivolous.
Frivolous.
The thing
Yeah.
is like Instagram just ended because we went to an hour. So we're not live on Instagram
See you
anymore.
later, horse.
Yeah, we don't like you anyway, stink bags.
Palm tree and protectors. Just kidding.
The truth is though is that everybody should like be over here on YouTube.
Come to YouTube.
It's better. It's better.
All right. We got
see.
us a worker tip for the evening.
Yeah, I was just going to talk about setting obtainable goals. I think that with any type of person that's building your own business, you need to like celebrate the small wins and not aim for the 10K followers, and maybe aim for the 1K followers, and aim for obtainable goals. Try to get your vault caught up, Dylan. Things like that. Like we all have things that we need to work on, little obtainable goals, these little things that we can get in and we can get them done. Don't worry about it. Everything works out for me and you.
I hope you tip over in your chair.
I'm on my bed. I'm reporting from up in the sky.
Catch you in the air. The
Butterfly.
podcaster tip of the week is I don't have one. I suck at podcasting. Don't listen to me.
That's okay. Look.
I don't suck at podcasting. I just have a real job now. It's with podcasting. It has to do with podcasting. So
Dylan has to balance his civilian and his like.
I have to balance my Bruce Wayne with my Batman.
Yeah, exactly. You said that the other day, and I was like, "That's super valid."
So. All right. Well, thank you.
Well, will you guys miss us for another week, or are you gonna come hang out on Bimbo Box? I've been fucking
hang out on Bimbo Box
every day.
There's some more thickness protection on the way too.
Yes. Tell us about your most recent project before we hang up.
My most recent project?
Your most recent one that you uploaded. Tell us a little.
Oh yeah. Last Tuesday I had Zuri Love in the studio, who's a triple X performer and content creator and more things in the worker world. From Los Angeles. Great girl. You can go watch the live episode we did. Had an amazing conversation. She's definitely from the same planet as I am. So, yeah, you should listen to that one. Go watch it on YouTube. Subscribe to Palm Official. Turn on your notification bell.
Yeah, do that to me too. And I've got the Spotify going, so do the Spotify too. You can listen to me in your car. Yeah. I asked the question you're afraid to. So anyway, let's fucking go. Thanks, guys.
Fucking go. Peace, love, Palm. We want thickness.
Yeah, and anarchy, overthrow the system, and fucking tip your waitresses well. Love you guys.
Love y'all.